Good evening, and thank you for coming tonight. Did you know that 85% of the world's population is affected by low self-esteem? This startling statistic was revealed to me in a book by Dr. Joe Rubino. Low self-esteem is a condition that robs people of living life to its full potential. They are distracted and paralyzed by distorted self-images of themselves and their abilities. In Psalm 82, verse 3 and 4, it states, "Defend the cause of the weak and fatherless. Maintain the rights of the poor and oppressed. Rescue the weak and needy. Deliver them from the hand of the wicked." If we were to take this scripture literally, do you know what kind of effect that we could have on those who are suffering from low self-esteem? For the majority of my life, I too suffered with low self-esteem and self-worth, feeling inadequate and trapped. After years of Christian counseling and receiving encouragement, love, and support from God and countless others, I can stand here and say, you can make a difference. Each of us can make a difference in the life of someone suffering with low self-esteem. In a Time magazine article dated 2001, the late psychologist Julius Siegel stated, "Children who overcome adversity and become resilient do so in great part because of the presence in their lives of a charismatic adult. That is, a person from whom a child, adolescent, or even an adult can gather their strength from." We will look at 3 simple ways to help someone battling low self-esteem. First, finding their islands of competence. This is a metaphor created by Dr. Robert Brooks while sitting in sessions listening to his patients describe or try to describe their feelings of inadequacy and inability. While they're making these descriptive sentences to him, he thinks in his head of ocean of inadequacy. If this is an ocean of inadequacy, there must be islands of competence. This metaphor took on a life of its own. Those who are struggling with low self-esteem, as well as teachers, counselors, friends, and family members who may want to help them, those who are struggling, identify their strengths and abilities, started on this quest to find out what were their strengths and abilities. So how can we identify someone's strengths and abilities? Ask that person, what are their strengths? If they cannot tell you anything that they consider a strength, take some time to observe them. In observing them, you may be able to detect what are their strengths and their abilities. In an article from the Detroit News dated 2006, 2 former teachers created a 9-week program called Reaching Higher to help children struggling with low self-esteem reach their full potential. You may also talk with others. If you are in a position to talk with family members or friends, ask them what they perceive as strengths for that individual. I want to stress at this point the importance of patience during this time of identifying the islands of competence. This is a journey of discovery, so you both must be patient. Reinforcing these strengths. We were all born with unique gifts and talents. They may be buried deep within us because of life experiences and hard times, but they are there. Once their strengths are identified, they need to be cultivated and explored. Seek out enrollment for sports or other courses outside of school. You can also search the internet for support groups and or creative ways that will enhance what you may see as unique gifts and talents. This leads to my final point, praise. Praise them for their accomplishments. Celebrating an individual for any size accomplishment will go a long way. They will start to feel better about themselves and more confident to try more things, even if they make mistakes and have setbacks, which we all will experience. Encourage them to look for something positive and to identify something they have learned from the experience. This reshapes their thinking process and behavioral responses. A quote from Dr. Brooks solidifies this point. One of the most precious gifts that we can provide children and adolescents and adults with learning problems are to develop their self-dignity and resilience. In closing, here are some helpful tips and reminders. As I stated earlier, you have to be patient if results do not come as quickly as you thought they would. If one method is not working, switch up and see if something else will bring the desired results. Prayer should also be one of the key elements of this journey of discovery. Seeking God for direction, knowledge, wisdom, and patience will make all the difference in the world, and your journey will be a lot smoother. We have just looked at 3 ways in which you can make a difference, whether subtle or dramatic, in the life of someone suffering with low self-esteem. Identify, reinforce their strengths, and praise them. Dr. Brooks makes the following observation: when individuals who have persevered in spite of challenges in their childhood were asked to reflect upon what factors contributed to their success and optimism, an almost universal response was that there was at least one adult in their lives who steadfastly believed in and supported them. Their resilience was rooted in great part in their interaction with a charismatic adult. I am encouraged by the countless stories, articles, reports, and studies out there showing that one person can make a difference in the life of someone suffering with low self-esteem. Would you reach out today and be that one who makes a difference? Thank you.